Happening tonight, an art gallery in downtown Vancouver is offering a one-of-a-kind experience. It's in honor of National Human Trafficking Awareness Month.
It's called The Most Unlikely Art Exhibition, and it's being put on by the Southwest Washington Center for the Arts. Our Cor Harlan has a preview of that exhibit.
Sort of an interesting art exhibit to tell you about tonight at Art at the Cave in downtown Vancouver at about Main Street and Evergreen from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock tonight. The focus of this is rather a kind of a grim topic. It's human trafficking, and it is National Anti-Human Trafficking Month. With me is Jason Page, who's had some experience combating human trafficking. And the first thing I want to do, Jason, is for folks to look at this, because this exhibit consists of 8 illustrations. And tell me about the story that they tell, these pictures.
So there's eight paintings. They're 30 by 40 oils, and each painting represents a different stage in the human trafficking process.
It starts with the victim, right? Starts with the victim. There's one of the photos there. Goes on to other elements of this that go down the line. Explain the different processes here as we move along.
So you have everything from management to law enforcement to legal and policies, and these are all real people that are a significant part of my story and my interaction with the issue.
So you interacted with these people at one form or another in an effort to extract somebody from that situation. And learned about them, learned about their lives, and have sort of made an exhibit out of the entire experience. Sort of a morose kind of deal, but pretty real, right?
Very real. This is about as real as it gets.
Yeah. What are people who are going to come here tonight going to see, and what are they going to experience?
Yeah. So I think what the experience really is to help people walk through what the realities of the process is, and it's not what you think. The people that matter the most are really the most unlikely heroes in the process.
Those are the pimps.
Yeah.
They're in a position to help if they are so inclined or not. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the photographs are here. They'll be up on the wall here too. I want you to talk a little bit about an HBO teaser that'll be shown here tonight as well.
Yeah. So we're working on with a production company to do a series with HBO, an 8-episode series. About how myself and some of these people, including some of the people in that underworld, work together to be able to rescue minors in the domestic U.S.
And in some of these photos, the other interesting part of this, the interactive part of this, is you actually tell me that this is based on a metaphorical young girl, right? Who actually signed a contract, a written contract with a pimp. Here's what you'll do, here's what you'll get, signed and dated. And you have that contract here that people will actually be able to take a look at, and it must be an eye-opener.
Yeah, each painting is going to have what we call an installation body of work. So there'll be a list of different artifacts that folks can touch, can read, and that way they can get a better understanding of the specific stories in that stage of the process.
Really interesting. Kind of a dark topic, but very interesting nonetheless. 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock tonight in downtown Vancouver, Art at the Cave. It is just near the intersection of Main Street and Evergreen. Get a little bit of an insight into human trafficking. It is National Human Trafficking Month. All the proceeds, the donations that they raise tonight will go to combat human trafficking in a kind of as I say, sort of a dark but really illustrative exhibit here in downtown Vancouver tonight.
All right, thanks, Cor. Yeah, it's art that makes you think for sure. The Most Unlikely Art Exhibition happening tonight from 6 to 8 at Art in the Cave in downtown Vancouver.
All right, we're going to change the mood a little bit here because happening now, Pizza Hut is attempting to build the world's largest pizza. It's expected to be more than 14,000 square feet. Now, to make it, rectangular slices of dough are laid down, and then the pizza sauce is put on before the cheese and pepperoni are added. A cooking device then hovers over the pizza to cook it. Now, once finished, the company says it will eventually be able to serve, get this, more than 68,000 slices. Those slices will be donated to food banks and charities. What I want to see is the cooking machine that hovers over this whole thing and actually cooks the pizza. I've never seen anything like that.
That's a pretty big pizza. When I was first reading that script, I'm thinking, gosh, I want to see someone toss it. But then once you see the video, You understand why it can't just be one big piece of dough.
No.
It's a big pizza.
Yeah, it's got to be, but that just looks massive. 14,000 square feet. Wow.